Kalneliai be pakalnėlių, sodeliai be vyšnelių, sodeliai be vyšnelių.
What role do you give to these archives?
I really like archival footage, and I use a lot in nearly all my films. Not all, but in many of my films I use archival footage because I think this is the miracle and beauty of documentary cinema. As Herz Frank, the Latvian Jewish filmmaker, once said, that documentary cinema is life after death. And I think this is such a precise description of cinema. You can travel in time. You can go 10, 50, maybe 100 years back and be in this world and observe this world, observe those people. I can watch for hours all these the old photos or old archival footage, because for me it is a miracle that I can see those people. Many of people, they died. They are not with us anymore. They dead long time ago. But here they walk, they talk, they behave, they act, they're on a screen. And I think this is something extraordinary and beautiful. So you can travel in time, you can make those people alive, and then you can see the world that was before you, and I think that's how you prolong your life. Now you have experiences not from the time what is given to you, but even more. You can see, you can observe the world that is before your birth. And for me, it's very interesting because I can, let's say, okay, I see the footage from the 60s, and then I thought, okay, this is the world, these are the landscape my parents used to see. Or I see the archival footage, I think, okay, this is how the world looked when my grandparents were young. And I think this is kind of beautiful. And also the use of the archival material, it helps to show the temporality of our own world. You see how landscapes are changing. Those cities that you see in the archival footage, they do not exist anymore. They changed. The perspective of time gives you a very clear view of what changed. We cannot see because we are always changing, and this is the fact. Every moment, every minute, every second, we're getting older, and the world is changing. But because we are here, we do not see this change. But if you can have this opportunity to see like 20 or 30 or 50 years back, then you see the change. Let's say in Ramin, I'm not explaining anything, but you can clearly see the attitude to this competition, to this wrestling competition, changed. Now it's very competitive. The boy cries, you know, then he lost, and people are excited to win. But back then, it was a celebration of friendship. Suddenly, you know, the winner and the loser are dancing together. So that's a very, very important change that actually happened, and it tells a lot about our society. Then you see, maybe a long time ago, the sport games was a celebration of health, friendship. It's not anymore. Now the sport is a fight. It's not a military fight, but it's very close to that. What happened after the football matches, they really fight. There's no talking about friendship or celebration. It's money, power, and fight. So the world changes, and in few images you can show this change very, very clearly. And this is something very important to understand, to reflect, and to understand how the world is going. We are for a very short time here, and then we're gone, and the other people are coming, and this world is still there. So it's something that it concerns me and makes me think and reflect. And the Bridges of Time probably is not, it's an homage to the old masters, but at the same time it's also a reflection on our temporality, because all these places are still there, but the filmmakers who did that, they're not with us anymore. So it's subject very wide and very philosophical and poetical subject.
You seem to establish links between images of the past and images of the present. Is this your way of depicting changes in society?
Yeah, the fleeting moment, I think this is very important and very interesting subject, because this is what the cinema is about. And maybe this is the only art that can catch this fleeting moment and to keep it at the same time. Every moment that we film, they will always stay with us. And I think this is beauty. If you film somebody, that person will never get old. They say she or he will stay young forever. The world will change. Maybe the person will die, but in this footage, he or she will stay young forever. And for me, it is it's amazing and beautiful. Many of my characters of my films, especially the older ones, they already not with us. But every time I watch them on the screen, it seems they are talking with me, or they are present with me. And I think this is the main and the most beautiful thing in documentary cinema. You cannot do in any other art, you cannot do that. Maybe it's photography, but it could, the photography, it just captures the moment, but cinema, it captures the life, the fleeting life.
Do you think a documentary film has archival value?
All art actually is fight against oblivion. Everything we do is, everything we make is a fight against the oblivion. Because it doesn't matter if I make a chair, if I'm a carpenter and I make chair, I hope that this chair will live longer than I. That somebody, maybe after 100 years, will still be sitting on that chair. If the writer, then he writes a book, he thinks, he hopes that his book will live longer than him. This is also would prolong his life, and the painter the same. And with the cinema is the same. We really want to save the beautiful moment that it will be gone. And then you understand this. Then you understand how important to film the simple moments. Because sometimes we think, okay, we have to film something important is happening, some important event. No, the importance is to capture this life. This life is beautiful. We understand, then we are old, we remember, and we understand this. But I think it's for the filmmaker, it's important to understand that every moment we live is absolutely precious, they're absolutely beautiful, and every moment we live could be captured. And there is a poetry and beauty in the most simple things. You don't need a big thing, big famous people, big political events. No, the beauty lives in the simplicity of the second we live. And I think this is what, where the poetry and beauty of cinema comes.